It was Christmas morning, 1996. The streets of Boulder, Colorado were wrapped in silence. But inside the Ramsey mansion, a nightmare had already begun. A little girl, 6 years old, a beauty queen, gone forever. This is the story of JonBenét Ramsey, the girl whose murder shook America and whose killer still walks free. The Ramseys were the picture of perfection. John Ramsey, a wealthy businessman. Patsy, a former beauty queen, now the proud mother of a child following in her footsteps. JonBenét was radiant, blonde curls, blue eyes, and a smile that could melt hearts. She performed in pageants, wore tiaras, and won crowns. To the outside world, the Ramseys had it all. But perfection was only the mask. Behind it, something far darker was waiting. December 25th, 1996. The Ramseys hosted a Christmas party full of laughter and lights. JonBenét opened her gifts, a new bicycle, glittering dresses. By nightfall, the family went to bed, but at 5:52 a.m., Patsy Ramsey's scream shattered the dawn. "She's gone! They've taken her!" On the staircase, a 2.5-page ransom note. It demanded $118,000, the exact amount of John Ramsey's recent bonus. It was bizarre, written on Patsy's own notepad, using her own pen. The author claimed to represent a foreign faction, but the tone, the words, sounded almost theatrical. "Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We have your daughter." But the note was just the beginning. Police arrived within minutes, but made fatal mistakes. They allowed friends and neighbors to wander freely through the house. Evidence was touched, moved, lost. Then, 7 hours later, John Ramsey himself made a horrifying discovery. In the basement, behind a locked door, JonBenét's small body was found wrapped in a white blanket. A cord was tied around her neck, her wrists bound. Tape covered her mouth. She had been struck on the head and strangled. 6 years old. Innocence gone forever. The case spiraled into chaos. Instead of finding a killer, police found a circus. Boulder detectives believed it was an inside job, but the Ramseys had powerful lawyers and a media army. Some pointed at Patsy, saying she accidentally killed JonBenét in a fit of rage and staged the scene to look like a kidnapping. Others suspected John, claiming he was protecting someone. And then there was Burke, JonBenét's 9-year-old brother. The media feasted on their tragedy. Every expression, every tear, every word on camera, dissected. But behind the noise, the truth was slipping further away. Years later, DNA tests revealed something shocking. Unknown male DNA was found on JonBenét's clothing. Not John's, not Burke's, not Patsy's. A mystery man. But that DNA never matched anyone in the system. And even today, the debate continues. Was it the killers? Or just contamination from the crime scene chaos? Theories that haunt Theory 1. The intruder theory. A stranger broke in through the basement window, left the ransom note, and murdered JonBenét. Theory 2. The family theory. Something happened inside that house. A tragic accident covered by lies. Theory 3. The unknown connection. A pageant stalker, someone obsessed with JonBenét's beauty. Watching, waiting. Each theory has evidence, and holes big enough to swallow the truth. 2 decades later, it's been more than 25 years. Patsy Ramsey died in 2006, never seeing justice for her daughter. John and Burke live quietly, still under the shadow of suspicion. Police claim the case is still open. But with every year, the evidence grows colder. JonBenét would be an adult today. Maybe a performer. Maybe a mother. Instead, she remains a mystery frozen in time. Some say the truth died in that house. Others believe it still lives, hidden in a single piece of evidence, waiting to be found. But one thing is certain. The world will never forget the name JonBenét Ramsey. Because every child deserves justice. even after the world stops listening. Follow for more crime stories.